Today, I start my attempt at one of the harder challenges that Football Manager has to offer, as I look to emulate the success of one of British football's greatest ever managers in the Sir Alex Ferguson Challenge. Hello guys, and welcome to this first episode of the series. And as you can see, I've loaded up a new FM24 save. I have started unemployed and holidayed ahead to the 6th of November, which is the date that Alex Ferguson took control at Manchester United. But before we get into things today, I just want to let you know that if you want to have a crack at this challenge yourself, I will leave all the rules down in the description. But in today's episode, we're going to find out which club I will be taking control of for this challenge. We'll run through the squad, have a look at the tactics, we'll see what the board and supporters expect of me, we'll look at the finances, and finally finish off by taking a look at the fixtures list. So let's not waste any time, let's go and find out who I will be managing in this series. So if we look at the Premier League table here, in 19th position after 11 games and with only 2 wins to their name is AFC Bournemouth. So that will be the team I take charge of for this challenge. So let's go and have a look at what squad I will inherit as I take over from Andoni Iraola at the Vitality Stadium. At a first glance here, you can definitely see there is some quality within this squad. We have some good options at centre-back with Marcos Senesi, Chris Mepham and Ilya Zabani. We also have some decent-looking wing-backs in Tyler Adams and Max Aarons. We look alright in midfield with the likes of Philip Billing, Lewis Cook and Mohamed El Nani on loan from Arsenal. And there is also plenty of potential in young Alex Scott. We're a little spoilt for choice on the wings and in attacking midfield, where we have Justin Kluivert, Luis Sinisterra, Dango Utara and Antoine Semenyo. And leading the line, it will be the main man himself, Dominic Solanke. We also have Enes Unal on loan for the season from Getafe, but given he is injured for up to 2 months, he is currently unregistered. However, I do feel we are a little light in certain areas of the squad, so I'll be looking to promote some players from within the academy, which works for me as I have to have at least 1 academy graduate in each matchday squad and have to promote a minimum of 1 player from within the youth ranks per season. Now let's go and have a look at what tactics I will be deploying during my time here at Bournemouth. So the tactic I will be using here is the Black Panther version 2 by the incredible GYR. Now I will drop a link for this down in the description, but let's have a look at how this tactic works. So in goal we have a sweeper keeper on defend who is instructed to tackle harder. Our centre back pairing are ball playing defenders on defend, and they have the additional instructions to dribble more and tackle harder. We have 2 wing backs on attack, and they are instructed to take more risks, dribble more, stay wider and tackle harder. In central midfield we have a pair of defensive midfielders on support, and you guessed it, they are instructed to tackle harder. On the wings we have 2 inside forwards on support, and they are instructed to sit narrower, tackle harder and mark tighter. In the number 10 role we have a attacking midfielder on attack, and he is instructed to take more risks, move into the channels and tackle harder. And up top is an advanced forward on attack who is instructed to tackle harder. Now in terms of the team instructions, we are going to be playing with an attacking mentality. When in possession we want our attacking width to be fairly narrow. We want to pass into the space. We're going to be focusing our play down the left and right hand side of the pitch. Our passing directness is shorter, our tempo is higher, and we are going to run at the defence. In transition, when possession has been lost, we want to counter press. When possession has been won, we are going to counter, and we want our goalkeeper to rule it out when distributing the ball. And out of possession, we are going to be playing a high press, a high defensive line. We're going to trigger the press much more often and also prevent the short goalkeeper distribution. So that's the tactic, guys. Now let's go and have a look at the club vision and see what the board and supporters are expecting of me as manager. So if we look here at the club vision, we can see the board has a culture to play entertaining football and sign players under the age of 23 for the first team. We have some actionable objectives to grow the club's reputation, spend the original transfer budget, sign young players to develop for a profit, and to work within the wage budget. We can also see the club has a plan in progress to build a new stadium, and for the season ahead, they want me to avoid relegation from the Premier League while being competitive in the FA Cup and the EFL Cup. And if we look ahead to next season, they want me to become an established Premier League team, but this is where my contract expires at the end of season 2, so hopefully by then I've done enough to earn a new deal. Now for the supporters, and they have welcomed me to the club with optimism and look forward to my time in charge, but they do expect me to play possession football, play attacking football and play entertaining football. They also want me to get the better of our rivals Southampton should we end up facing them, and like the board, they would like me to avoid relegation from the Premier League. Now before we go and check out the finances, I've just got a little favour to ask from you guys. If you're still here watching, could you comment down below with the word cherries? It just lets me know who is still here watching and also helps out the algorithm just a little bit. So if you could do that, it'd be great and very much appreciated. So guys, the finances, and as we can see, they are not great. Our overall balance is £1.4 million in the red, and we have absolutely no transfer budget to spend. We're also overspending on wages by roughly £20,000 per week, but on the plus side, we are on course to pass financial fair play regulations this season. We do also have a bit of debt at the club. We owe £109 million on transfer still, and our total debt is £227 million. This is also made up of a bank loan of £30 million, of which we still got £26.5 million to pay. And if our chairman decides to leave, we will also owe him £90 million. Now finally, it's the fixtures, and I'll begin my reign at the club with 2 consecutive home games against Newcastle and Crystal Palace. December has some favourable fixtures for us where we will play Burnley, Luton Town, Aston Villa, Nottingham Forest, West Ham and Sheffield United before we have a really tough run where we face 4 of the big 6 teams in the division. So if we can get some points on the board in late November, early December, we should give ourselves a solid base to work on and hopefully drag ourselves away from that relegation scrap a bit before we hit that really tough run of games. Well guys, I'm afraid that is it for episode 1. If you have enjoyed it, then please leave a thumbs up on today's video, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that little notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I have planned. And I'll be back soon with episode 2, where we will watch those first 2 games in charge of the club versus Newcastle and Crystal Palace. But until then guys, take care and I'll see you real soon.